You just experienced a silent disco boot camp. I'm Miles Davis with Silent Disco Fun. All right? So, in 2016, I was a personal trainer. My clients would want to listen to music and also hear me. But we couldn't figure out how to make it happen. So, on a trip to London, I went to something called a silent disco party. But there, eureka. Silent disco party mixed with fitness. So we took it back to the States, and it worked perfect. They can hear the music, they can hear me, and it isolated the noise in the gym. From there, it grew. We worked with Airbnb, the Redskins cheerleaders, and other people. At the end of the season, we said, what's going on next? Then we realized that silent discount party that we saw in Europe was coming into the States. So we launched our next two phases. Our next two phases were the purchase and to rental platform. Purchases were easy. We just upped it 300% and we sold it. The rentals, a little bit different. So we created 3 categories. Category 1, small. Category 2, medium. Category 3, large. The middle category was the most important one because we have 73% margins. Now, next steps is right now. Next steps, Charlotte is our second location. One thing we did different from Charlotte is we started throwing those parties. So it's not just 1, not just 2, but 3 DJs at that party. So from there, we're moving forward. So if we win tonight, we can take the money tomorrow and generate revenue. We can do that by new locations, more equipment, and do it all simultaneously. So I set up outside if you've never done it because I know it's a little different. So come and see us. And from next, I hope to show you how we have an individualized experience within a crowd. Thank you. I'm Miles Davis.
Okay, so I've been to a silent disco party a few, so I get the concept.
Oh, sweet. One of mine?
I'm not that old, so. A couple of questions just on the basic technology. How much does it cost for you to acquire? Kind of what's the wear and tear, the average wear and tear on that product as you continue to turn them over for parties?
Great question. So we say about 3 years. And from there, the average wear and tear really depends on if we're doing boot camps, if we're doing workouts, depending. But these are replaceable, and they're 60 cents. So it's super easy to replace this and make that happen. We also have covers that are sweat resistant, so for workouts and things of that nature. And you can also use your own headphones, depending on how you feel.
Okay, I like that part. And then the other question I had is, how do you keep somebody else from just going and buying several sets of headphones and competing directly with you?
It happens every day. The great difference between me and those individuals are I've had a proven track record with the boot camp aspect, and also I'm doing something a little different than those other locations. I'm kind of MVPing my franchise model, which basically means I take those headsets, they're a bunch in DC, so we have resident events there from yoga to boot camps to parties, and we have a bunch here for the exact same concept. So instead of me having to deal with the revenue of having to ship them back and forth, they stay there, and I'm able to create that.
So what is your goal with this? Is it a ear infection all over the world, or is it just? I mean, what are you hoping this to become? I mean, there are parties everywhere. Is there some market context you're looking for in terms of Charlotte? I mean, how much do you want this to grow? I guess, and what do you see the revenue and cost associated with that?
So simple and quick. I want to sell it to somebody just like she said, but next. But $250 an hour is our average, is what we get paid. So revenue's quick and easy. Now, the next question is, what was the next part of the question?
How large is this going to be? I mean, what's your goal, and what are you hoping to see this become from a market management standpoint for you and your capacity, I guess, to run this?
So the capacity to run it is not to get into too deep in the weeds. This is actually an MVP for another business idea. That's why it's okay to sell, to be honest.
So this is, I'm not sure I understand the business and the revenue model. Could you walk me through that again? You get paid for what?
Perfect. You tell me, hey, Miles, I want to throw a party.
Yep.
I want to do a party in, let's say, in DC. There's noise ordinances. I can't have speakers outside. I need something where I can eliminate the noise pollution, and I call you for headphones. You rent from me 200 headphones at $5. That's $1,000, and you have them for the period of your time frame.
Got it. So fundamentally, it's an equipment rental business, but
It's
just
a
around the
equipment rental, it's purchases, and then also
around a certain sort of event, or I got it.
exactly.
Okay.
And we do our own experiential events as well.
Got it. And how much? Yeah, so you've got to outlay capital to have the inventory to then rent out, right?
Yes.
But what sort of capital requirements are there to be in the business at the scale you want? I mean, you got to buy how many thousands of dollars worth of equipment?
Well, I have hundreds now, so it's not much. The next step that I need is actually transmitters. The way to make each channel work are transmitters. So to have them in each different location, if I can just have 3 transmitters in every city, let's just say for right now, it will be possible to be able to scale.
Got it. And the secret sauce here is your charisma in making this happen, right?
Pretty much.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. Yeah.
Thank you.